Hey everybody, welcome to your linear algebra course for the winter 2021 semester. My name is Christopher Turner and I'll be your instructor this term. I'm going to take you through the course outline and show you the evaluation method, and then I'll show you some of the technology you'll be using to complete the course this term. See you in a little bit. Here's the course outline for your linear algebra course. So the first item that I want to draw your attention to is the required text. It's not strictly speaking required. I'm not going to give you any problems or readings out of it, but it is an excellent resource. It's a custom Marianopolis edition of this textbook. So if you like getting the textbook to have for yourself, it's a good thing to have. Next is the course content and methodology. We'll go through that more when we talk about the addendum to this course outline, which I'll do just after this. One thing I want to mention is the ponderation 323 is a weighting of how much time you're supposed to spend on each part of the course. So 3 and 2 is in class. One is sort of information and the other is problem solving. We've lumped those together. And what we're going to do this semester, that's a total of 5 hours that you're supposed to spend on class material. You're going to spend about an hour and a half of that time each week watching videos, and the rest of the time, so 3.5 hours in class doing problems. And so those 3.5 hours will be split up into your 3 periods. We'll do about an hour and 10 minutes in each period. And so that plus the videos takes care of your 5 hours. Now the 3 hours on the other side here, this last 3, is the total amount of homework or personal work that you are expected to do for the course on average each week, which means about an average of 8 hours of work per week into this course. So we're going to again go through this in little bits when we talk about the addendum, but we're going to be using platforms like Crowdmark, GoFormative, the Leia Classroom, and Omnivox, which you know, WebWork, and Zoom, some of which you may already be familiar with. Now the specific objectives of this course, this is the course content. I'm not going to go through it very in great detail here, but I will ask you to just look through this section. This course outline, of course, is posted for you on Omnivox. The evaluation, so how your grade is going to come about. There will be one test in block 3. There will be a test or final exam. This is not 2 items. This is either or, and it depends on the public health situation. If we're allowed on campus, then you will have a comprehensive final exam and not a test. If we are still online come the end of the semester, you will have a test 2 and not a comprehensive final exam. So it's one or the other. You will have quizzes and assignments, and you have the various different plans about how much each of these things are worth. So there are 5 plans here, A through E, and it all depends on whether we are on campus or online for any of those tests. Each of those things is described here. What happened last semester, you might remember, was that everything ended up by being online, and that would put us in a plan E kind of situation where test 1 and test 2 are equally weighted at 30%. The quizzes are 20% and the assignments are also 20%. So I'll tell you more about the quizzes and the assignments when we talk about the addendum in just a little bit. So college policies, language policy, student code of conduct, academic integrity, cheating, plagiarism. I'm going to ask you to read this. We're not going to read it through word by word here, but please do take the time to read through this document, including the second page on policies specific to the course, like the fact that you are going to be asked to turn on your camera, not necessarily every Zoom class, but certainly during the tests and other kind of online evaluations and that sort of thing. So take a little bit of time to read through this document carefully, especially these last couple of pages. We're going to go into more detail on the annex document or the course outline addendum, which we're going to go over and look at now. Here's the addendum to your course outline for your linear algebra course for the winter 2021 semester. The first thing is the course timeline, and it should be what you were familiar with from last semester. So we're going to be in a bunch of different blocks. The first is block 2, which starts on Monday. It is online. It's delivery of course material, assignments, and quizzes. We'll go through how that delivery is going to work in just a second. Then we have block 3, which depending on public health directives will either be in person or online. That's when we'll have our midterm test. Block 4 is like block 2, will be entirely online and more course material, assignments, and quizzes. And then block 5, like block 3, either in person or online depending. That's when we'll have our final evaluation, and it'll either be a test if we're online or a comprehensive exam if we get to meet in person. So the course material. The first thing is that your teachers have prepared for you a set of notes, and they are fill-in-the-blank notes for the course that you will fill in. I'll show you how in just a minute. And you can obtain an up-to-date copy of them here. Let's go take a look at them. This link also will be for you on Omnivox, as will this document. Let's go take a look at what those notes look like. So here are the course notes that we've prepared for you. If we scroll down, there's the table of contents, a preface that you can read, and here's the first set of actual material notes. Now, these notes are what are called fill in the blank or in skeleton form, which means that they have gaps in them. So there's blanks like here that you're going to fill in, and some of the diagrams don't have all of the drawings in them. And so the way that you're going to fill those in is you're going to see that everything here is blank. You are going to watch videos and fill in the notes as you watch the videos. So to accompany those notes are a set of videos. You'll fill in the notes by watching the videos that are on GoFormative. And there's also going to be some short answers to watch, to answer on the site after you've watched each video. Those are to test your understanding, to give me some feedback, and they also there's some questions where you get to ask me questions if there's anything that you didn't understand in those videos. The first class is here. You'll be given these links sort of week by week. I'll show you how in just a moment. Let's go take a look at the first GoFormative. So here's what GoFormative looks like. So you'll come to GoFormative before each class. So this is what to do before class 1. And you'll watch the videos. Now, something to show you about the videos. If you're not familiar with YouTube videos, what's really nice, or I'm sure you're familiar with YouTube, but in changing settings on YouTube, is that you can change the playback. You can make the playback faster or slower depending on how comfortable you are with the material. You can put on subtitles if you English maybe isn't your first language and it would help you understand what's being said. So there's all sorts of settings that you can play with. You can make it full screen to watch it bigger here because we're filling in the notes and you might want to see that a little bit bigger. So there's all those options for you. You'll watch the videos, and then after the videos there'll be questions. So questions that are on the material that are in the video, you'll answer the questions, and then you'll watch the next video, and so on and so forth. So there should be about half an hour's worth of video approximately per class with questions to answer. And then at the end there is sort of general questions about how well you think you understood the general topics from the class, and to give us any questions that you have specifically that can help us start the review portion of our Zoom classes by identifying some problem spots that you may have had while listening to the videos. So as I was saying before, each class you'll watch about 30 minutes of videos, filling out your notes and answering any questions on GoFormative. Then you'll come to class, to Zoom class, where we are going to work on problems all together. And Zoom classes are going to occur during our regularly scheduled class time. And to access them, you'll use the module in Leia. They'll last about an hour and 10 minutes. And you will be asked to submit classwork to me regularly on CrowdMark. So CrowdMark, if you've not used it before, is a site where you can upload images of your work. Let's go take a look at CrowdMark now. So this is CrowdMark. When you sign into CrowdMark, you'll use an email address. And when you first sign in, you'll see that you've got different courses. For me, you'll probably have at least two. One for worksheets that we do in class. It'll be in-class work on Zoom. And then another one for things like your homework and tests and that sort of thing. And if you have any other courses that you use CrowdMark for, well, then they'll all be together here under your My Courses. You can see on the right that if you've got any new deadlines, so this one doesn't have any to begin with, they'll be listed for you there. And what you'll do, it's actually very, very easy. You'll select a course. Let's say that I wanted to upload some classwork. I would go into the Zoom class for the worksheets class for our 105 linear algebra. And you can see there's some that I've already uploaded. Let's say that this is the one. Now it's going to tell me that the due date is passed because I didn't change that yet, but you won't get this error message that I just got here. But you'll get something like this, and you'll see that there's a little plus sign that you can click. Now you can do this on your phone or on your tablet or on your desktop. And when you click this, if you're on your phone, you can literally take a picture of what you've just written on paper. But let's say that I have a file, I have a PDF of my solutions already, I've scanned it in through something else, and I can choose to upload this, and you'll see that it uploads the pages separately. Now, what I want you to do is check, you see this little magnifying glass here, you'll click on that and make sure that everything looks good and that it's the right way up and is legible. If it's not the right way up, you can click rotate and rotate it until it is the right way up. And then you'll click done. And let's say you notice, oops, no, there's a page missing. You can always add more. So you'll add more here. Let's say this was supposed to go in as well. And there's my last page. And I can click and check and make sure that it's legible and rotated the right way as well. And then I'll do the same thing for each question. Now notice, this is question 1. I only upload my answer to question 1 there. I don't upload it all for the entire assignment all there. I go question by question. For question 2, let's say that this was my answer for question 2. Well, no, actually, that's way too big. Let's go up here and upload this. This is a smaller file. And that is my answer for question 2. Now that one is just taking a little bit of time as well. Okay, so there my answer is very lengthy for question 2, 5 pages worth, right? So your answers won't be 5 pages, but they might be 2 or they might be 3 answers. So you answer all of your solutions for a single question in a single slot. You check and you make sure that everything is legible, oriented the right way around, and then when you're happy with it, you click submit. And then I can go in and grade your submission. There you go, and you get a confirmation, and it even shows you what your submission looks like. Then I go in and I annotate directly on your submission here, and you get a graded assignment back at the end, just as if it were on paper, except it's on CrowdMark. So it's super easy to use. We're going to be using it a lot, both in class and for homework and tests and that sort of thing. So that's just a little preview of what you'll be doing with CrowdMark this term. And to complement each of our classes, there's some office hours. So at the end of each Zoom class, the balance of the scheduled class period is going to be office hours. So for example, if our schedule is from 2:15 to 4:15, and we're only using an hour and 10 minutes, the Zoom class would go from 2:15 to 3:25. And then the rest of the period, 3:25 to 4:15, will be office hours in the same Zoom session. In addition to these office hours, those are dedicated to you and your class, I will have one office hour per week that's open to all students from any math courses, including you, but anybody else as well. So you can tell your friends that they can come join me on Tuesdays from 3:15 to 4:15 p.m. And here's the link, and that'll be for you on Omnivox as well. Now, each week I'm going to post a weekly schedule for you in Omnivox. It'll be a weekly to-do list, and it's going to show you which Go formatives to do, including which videos to watch, the sections in the notes that are going to be covered, when the Zoom classes are, although those schedules are that schedule is pretty standard, and what exercises we're going to work on. So let's go take a look at one of those weekly schedules now. Here's your first weekly schedule document. I'll be giving you one of these every week. This is for week 1, January 18th to the 22nd. So the first section you'll see are Zoom classes, so our regularly scheduled times here, with the section of the notes that are covered in each class and the worksheet problems that you will be working on. You don't have the worksheets yet. They'll be posted for you in Omnivox just before the class, so that you'll have access to go grab them, to print them out, or to use them on your iPad or whatever to work on problems in class. You'll have a list of Go formatives to do before each class. So there's videos to watch and questions to answer. And there's also in gray a list of YouTube, a playlist of the videos just by themselves. But you will go to the Go formative page first because you need to give me some feedback by answering the questions after each video that are there. So you'll do each of those before class 1, class 2, class 3. You do the Go formative before each class. And then you'll come to class and we'll work on problems together. There's a section about office hours. So for this first week, my office hours are by appointment. If you need to see me, you can make an appointment. But my regularly scheduled office hours and links for other teachers' office hours will go here once they're decided. And then important dates and upcoming assessments. That section here tells you that assignment 1 will open for you on Friday. Of course, it's not due this Friday, it'll be due next week, but all the important dates will be in this section here. So you'll get one of these documents each week. All right, so how are your marks going to be obtained this semester? Well, the first category is from assignments. So assignments, your assignment grades are going to come from multiple parts. One part is going to be on web work. Now, WebWork is an online math homework system that you can access from your phone, from your tablet, from your computer. And the second part is going to be a written component. So that's pencil and paper, or you write on your iPad or whatever, and you can upload to CrowdMark. CrowdMark we've already had a look at. Let's go take a look at WebWork and what your assignments will look like there. So here is WebWork. You will log in for the first time. Your username is your student number. So mine is 1936891, and your initial password is that same student number, so 1936891. Now obviously you're going to want to go in and change that. So when you log in for the first time, you'll come up on the left and click password email, and you can change your password, and if your email address isn't already there, you can add it in. So here you'll see the list of homework that you will have. So at the moment, my fake student has 3 homework sets assigned to him. And if, let's say, if I want to download a PDF, if I want to print it out, or if I want to take it somewhere where I'm not going to have an internet connection, I can select the assignment, click download PDF. I'm going to go for just the simplest, cleanest one, so I'll unselect everything except for Adobe PDF, generate hard copy, and then I get a PDF of the assignment that I can actually print out or take with me when I don't have a connection or something of that nature. But most of the time you are going to want to just click on the assignment that you want to work on and work online. So we can see that this problem set has 9 problems for us to complete. It takes account, or it keeps track of the number of attempts that I make. The number of attempts that you make on a problem doesn't matter in most cases. So most cases you'll see here unlimited. So you have unlimited attempts. You can make as many tries as you want, and you are not penalized for making more tries. So you can keep on trying a problem until you get it right. Unless you see here a problem like this, you only get 4 tries. And that's usually when the problem is, let's look at problem 5, it's usually when it's a multiple choice of some kind. So obviously I can't give you unlimited tries for a multiple choice or a true or false or something of that nature. So if you go into, let's say, problem 1 here, you'll see a question and you'll see places that you can enter your answer. And when you're done entering your answer, you can click submit. And now you see I've entered no answer, and so my 2 answers are wrong, and so they've shown up as red. So if you enter a wrong answer, you'll get a highlight red like this. If you enter a right answer, it'll come up as green, and you will get your score. So you can see here the score for my problem is 0%. As I get parts right, I can do one part at a time, click correct. I don't have to wait until everything is finished. I can do one part at a time and click submit as long as I have enough tries. There's also this button preview answer that actually just lets you see what the computer has understood. So if it's told you that there's some sort of mistake in what you've answered, some sort of syntactical mistake or something, and you're not sure where, you can click preview if you want to, but students tend not to use that a whole lot. The other feature that I want to point out to you is this email instructor button. If you click that on a problem, you get a little screen, so you can say who it's from. You can email your message and you click send, and I will get your email with a direct link to the problem that you were working on, so that I can see what your issue is and see if I can help you out with it. And then that's it. So once you are done all the 9 problems, once you have clicked submitted and you are happy with the with your score, hopefully all 100%, because as I say, when you've got unlimited tries, there's no reason for you not to keep going and get 100%. That you don't have to submit anything else. Once that's it, that's done. And once the deadline is passed, you just don't have access to submit anymore, but you don't have to do any further steps for me to get your grades. Now you'll see the deadlines are written here for you. All of these are open. That's not going to be the case when you first log in. You'll see that one will be open, and if you see others, they will be closed, or they will appear sort of as we go along in the semester. One last thing to show you is in each assignment, if you have any questions about how to enter, well, you can always ask me, but there's a link here that you could click, which gives you some help for entering web work functions and that sort of thing. But I think you're going to find it pretty user-friendly, pretty self-explanatory. And that's it for your homework for the web work part. Okay, so you're going to have approximately 9 weekly web work and written assignments over the term, and your lowest grade of these will be dropped. And that is to make up for anything that happens during the semester, any conflicts that you might have that you're not able to complete assignments. I drop the lowest mark so that there are no makeup assignments. And there will also be grades attributed to completing the Go formative questions before each class and to submitting classwork on CrowdMark when I ask you to. You're also going to have some quizzes this semester. There will be 4 quizzes this term, 2 in block 2 and 2 in block 4. The same thing, I just don't have the resources to be able to offer makeup quizzes, so if you miss one, we have to figure out some sort of alternative arrangement, but obviously you're going to try not to miss your quizzes. Midterm evaluation, there's going to be a midterm test during block 3, like I mentioned before. Final evaluation, so there will be a final evaluation during block 5. This is, we're hoping, going to be an in-person on-campus comprehensive final exam, common to all sections, but if we need to be online, it'll take the form of a second test instead. And just a couple of other little details. So anything that we're doing in person on campus, if we get to do any of that, there's no memory aids or cheat sheets allowed in person. And calculators for any assessment that you're evaluated on, any timed assessments, the only calculator during quizzes, tests, and exams, timed assessments, are the ones shown here, the official college calculators. Last thing to talk about is academic integrity. So let's just read this, this paragraph together. So homework. Discussing mathematics with others is an important part of learning. You are encouraged to talk to your classmates about your homework. However, you must adhere to the following guidelines to adhere to the academic policy of the class. Your solution must indicate that you have a personal understanding of the material. If you do work on a problem with someone else, you should write up your solution by yourself. It is your responsibility to communicate to others, to your teachers, with your writing, that you understand the solution that you submitted. If your work is too similar to that of another student, your teacher will be unable to judge your understanding of the material, and neither student will receive credit for the work. You must include a list of anybody you discuss your homework problems with. This includes other students, family members, tutors, other teachers, and friends. If you use any texts or online sources to help your work, you must cite them. For online timed evaluations, so for evaluations like tests, quizzes, things other than your homework, you are not allowed to discuss your online evaluations with anyone else, not your classmates, not a tutor, not your family, not your friends, not another teacher, nobody. You are not allowed to use any online resources or software installed in any device during an online evaluation. So I do take academic integrity very seriously. Violations to this policy will result in an automatic 0 on the entire assessment and will be reported to the academic dean. And that's it. If you have any questions, you can leave them for me in the boxes down below. Otherwise, have a very good last couple of days of your break, and I will see you on Tuesday. Take care.